Basically, I see it as, like all things in Trikonasana Yoga, which it's an offshoot of, I see three phases. The first is to give us a really good grounding to kind of go backwards in time to the shamanic priest healing level and look at what it is to practice real shamanism. And I don't mean shamanism for your own spiritual development, because that's actually not what shamanism is actually about at all. It's about healing. So we're going to go back, and from all the different things I studied in shamanism, I'm selecting the most important ones that I think are the most powerful, that help me the most, from all the native traditions, Native America, South America, Ukraine, Norse, et cetera, all these different tantric yoga has shamanism too. So the first whole phase of training will be going through trainings in shamanism of various types, okay? The second great phase of training will be going through the tantric transformational practices of healing, which deal with energy and mind and body. So we have the Marma healing in there, we have the tantric healing in there, we have all kinds of things that have to do with energy and mantra and deities doing healing through us and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. So that's the second phase, the tantric healing level, both clinical, like with Marma therapy and tantric Ayurveda, as well as tantric practices and rituals and ceremonies and that kind of thing. Then we go into the third phase, which is direct healing. And direct healing is a little more difficult to describe, but it has to do more with directly accessing the essence within the person, helping them access their essence directly, bringing it out more directly, so that things just naturally kind of fall in place to produce the healing effect. And that's a more subtle art, and it takes a lot more training, but that's why it's the third phase, yeah? So if you mentioned content, that's content. Now if you look at the structure of it, so the way it's going to happen is I will hold a series of online trainings first that are shorter. As people find out about it, more people want to come. I won't want to close it down apprenticeship style till later. So we'll do somewhere between 2 and 4 online trainings, maybe even repeating a few because people might have missed them, as prerequisites. They do these prerequisites, they find out more about what the healing system is about and what we're going to teach, and they pick up some good stuff, and they decide, yeah, this is for me, or no, this is not for me. And then when they go, yeah, this is for me, then they have the ability to sign up for the apprenticeship program. But we're going to start with these online prereqs, but then we're quickly going to move to in-person training, because shamanism and tantric transformational healing and direct healing, it can't happen
on Zoom.
On Zoom, right. So we're going to do it in person. So after the prereqs, we go to the in-person trainings. They'll be held in Europe and Brazil mostly. If our new center we're building in Maine gets constructed by then we might hold some in Maine, the state of Maine in the United States on the eastern seaboard, way up north. But if not, we will hold them primarily in Europe and in Brazil, possibly 1 or 2 in Asia at our old center in Thailand, but that's way down the road. Okay, now when people are getting into it, at about a year into the program, having met once or twice in person, there'll be a call for those who want to do the apprenticeship style. And at that point, I'll close down the open trainings where everybody can come without any commitment and just come in and take a training, because the apprenticeship style is where I can give the deeper teachings that are, we could say secret, but it's more like they're very important to keep in their original context with people who are very sincere. They shouldn't be commercialized, Shamanism is not something to really commercialize, though people will come out of this training almost immediately as they're training with skills they can put into practice and start to help people right away. But if the focus is money and commercializing, it ruins everything, and it never will work. It just won't work. So I want to shut down the commercial side of it at some point, turn it into an apprenticeship program. And maybe Europe has 50 people in this program, and Brazil has 50 people in this program, and the States has 20 people. And then I give the same module every 6 months. I go to there, I go to there, I go to there. And then one time a year, everybody comes to one place. Maybe it's hosted in Brazil one year, maybe it's hosted in Europe one year, maybe America one year. So at least 2 times a year, I would like to meet in person with everybody for about 7 to 14 days. We're going to do that, so it's quite a commitment. And that's why it's also apprenticeship style, because you really want to be a healer. It's not like a just workshop, a feel-good workshop to go have some fun and to like find out a little bit more about yourself. It's not that. This is a training for people to become professional healers, or if they're already professional healers, which I would love for medical doctors and chiropractors and acupuncturists and psychotherapists and so on to come into the training because they already have so much training. It's something that I take as a serious thing, and I really want people to take it as a serious thing, as a profession, to be able to contribute to the world and to help and to serve. So for that reason, the apprenticeship will come around at some point in the training. Somewhere between 1 to 2 years, we'll close it down. People can apply, and I'll say, yeah, you're good for this. No, you're not really, and we'll do it that way. That's going to be the structure of it, right?